Hey, hi there. Welcome to Grandma Diane's Story Time. I'm Jeannie Ann. Hi, and I'm Grandma Diane. I think Jeannie Ann's gonna fall down. Sorry about that. Well, happy Friday. Today is the day I told you I'd read Jeannie Ann's Grandma Has Breast Cancer. It's written by Diane Davies and it's illustrated by C.A. Nobens. There is on my website an interview with C.A. Nobens. You might want to check that out if you have time. She has an interesting story of her life too to tell. So today, as I promised, I'm going to read Jeannie Ann's Grandma Has Breast Cancer. And I want you to know that this is a happy story. It's a story about love, and it's a story about family, and it's a story about being there for one another. And those kinds of stories are always happy stories. So here we go. Jeannie Ann's Grandma Has Breast Cancer by Diane Davies. C.A. Nobens did a great job of the end pages as well, as you can tell by looking at the end pages here. Hi, I'm Jeannie Ann. I have thick curly hair and freckles on my nose. I live in an ordinary home with my ordinary family. I'm in first grade and I love school. I love lunch, recess, gym class, math, and science, and I love books. So I think the library is the greatest. When I get home from school, Mom always gives me a big hug and a snack. After that, I get to play with my baby brother. But one day, Mom's hug is extra tight. She forgets my snack, and I see that my baby brother still has his pajamas on. Something is wrong for sure. The telephone rings, and after Mom answers it, she starts to cry. I wonder if I've done something to make her sad. Notice Jeannie Ann's face there, how quickly she went from happy to sad. Just seeing her mom upset made her upset too. At dinner that night, Mom and Dad didn't talk much until after I was excused from the table. I think I must have done something really bad for them to act that way. I hang around the kitchen door to see if I can hear what they're whispering about. I hear the word cancer, and I get really scared. I know that cancer makes people sick, and sometimes they even die. Here we see Jeannie Ann hanging around the door, seeing if she can pick up a word or two about what Mom and Dad are talking about. I just have to know who has cancer. Is it me? Is it Mom or Dad or my baby brother? When Mom tucks me in later, I ask her if I have cancer. Oh my goodness, no, she says. We were talking about your grandma. She has breast cancer and I'm sad for her because I know she will go through a lot in treatment. Do you know that 2 rounded areas on people's chests are called breasts? I didn't. Women can get breast cancer, Mom tells me, and so can men sometimes. Men have breasts too, they're just smaller. She says you can't catch breast cancer like a cold or the flu. I'm very glad to hear that. Mom and I pray together that Grandma's treatment will go well. I have a lot more questions to ask, but I know Mom and Dad will tell me the answers soon. They're pretty smart that way. After a few weeks, Grandma goes to the hospital for an operation called a mastectomy. Mom tells me this big word means that the doctor is removing Grandma's breasts with the tumor in it. Her chest is sore there for a long time after, so we have to give up hugs for a while. That's tough. When Grandma is healed from the operation, she starts taking chemotherapy, chemo for short. Chemo was a special medicine that travels through her whole body and kills any cancer cells that get left behind during surgery. Hi, E.
Hi.
How are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. A little late.
You're a little late. Yeah. Where's your sister?
She's up at our house getting the dog.
Oh, okay. Well, we already started reading, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
My mom had to quickly remind us.
Thank you. Grandma's chemo makes all her hair fall out. Her head feels soft and smooth like my baby brother's did when he was born. Mom and I bring her some pretty scarves and hats to wear until her hair grows back. Grandma says she wants her hair to come back curly so she'll look more like me. The chemo also makes Grandma feel sick, like she needs to throw up. Poor Grandma. But she says, when I feel sick to my stomach, I just keep telling myself that that's the chemo working to kill off the cancer cells. That makes me feel better. Hearing that makes me feel better too. Hi, Els.
Hi.
Did you forget it was Friday?
No.
Oh.
We were too busy cleaning the house.
Oh, well, goodness sakes. I'm glad you cleaned the house. We're learning how to read in school, and now I know the word C-A-N-C-E-R when I see it on TV or in a magazine or online or in the newspaper. It's all over the place, even on signs along the highway.
Cancer. Oh, cancer.
Grandma tells me that if I have questions about her cancer, I should never be afraid to ask her. If I don't know the answer, I'll help you find it, she says. So I ask, did cancer hurt? I know I have asked an important question because Grandma puts on her thinking face. Well, she says, hurt can mean a lot of things. It hurts when you fall off your bicycle and scrape your knee. Hurt can mean a sore back or a stubbed toe. The kind of hurt that has to do with your body is called physical pain. But hurt can be emotional pain as well, meaning it comes from inside you, from your feelings. Emotional pain is like when you feel sad because your best friend moves away, or someone you thought was a friend tells stories about you that aren't true. Remember how sad you were when you moved to your new apartment and you had to give Snuggles away? I remember all right. Tears water up my eyes. Snuggles was my dog. For my whole life I sniffle. Grandma nods. Emotional pain hurts in a way that a bandage or a cast can't fix. I have to know. I make myself ask. So, does cancer hurt? Grandma sighs. That is really a tough question. Some cancer causes physical pain. Most cancer causes emotional pain for the person who has it and also for their family and friends. Cancer can make our feelings hurt way down deep inside. I ask, does knowing that someone loves you help that kind of hurt, Grandma? Most definitely, she says with a great big hug. It feels so good to hug her again. Well, guess what? All of that happened way back last year. I'm in second grade now, and my grandma is much better. Her hair has grown back. It's still gray, but it's really curly, just like mine. And you know what? Grandma has 2 breasts again. When I noticed lumps under her shirt, I asked, Grandma, why do you still have 2? I thought the doctor removed one. He did, she said, but I got to decide how I wanted to look after my operation. I could have a flat chest on one side, or have a pretend breast put inside my body during surgery, or wear a pretend breast outside my body in my underclothes. I decided to wear a pretend breast in my bra. I'm not glad that Grandma had breast cancer, but I'm sure glad that she's happy and healthy again. Once a month, she gets together with some other ladies who had breast cancer too. They are called her support group. They help each other stay well, and they talk about emotional pains. I know that some families are not as lucky as mine. Sometimes cancer keeps growing and growing, and even the chemo can't stop it. When that happens, the people can't get better and they die. Mom and I pray for people who have died from cancer and their families too. These days when I come home from school, Mom gives me a sunny smile and a great big hug. She always remembers my snack, and I have even more fun playing with my baby brother now that he's not a baby anymore. I still have thick, curly hair and freckles on my nose. I still love school, lunch, recess, gym class, math, science, and reading. I still live in an ordinary home with my ordinary family. I know how much I love them and how much they love me. And even more than ever before, I know that love is some pretty powerful stuff. And that's the end of the story. The last page is for moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas. It has lots of suggestions about ways to help with any kind of a cancer diagnosis and children. So you have to take a look at that when you get the opportunity. And as Jeannie Ann said at the very end of the story, I know that love is some pretty powerful stuff, and you know what? She's right, it is. Jeannie Ann has her own foundation, and the foundation is called Jeannie Ann's Foundation, and you can read about it on my website at www.dianedavies.com, and it's under the tab Humanitarian, and there you will read about Jeannie Ann's Foundation and how you can help by donating to the foundation to gift this book to cancer care centers throughout our state and surrounding states, and by donating just $10, you can give a book to a family in need, a family that needs to have the kind of conversation that Jeannie Ann's family had in this book. So that's it for today. Stop by the website and take a look. Remember, Jeannie Ann is here for you and for many, many people. And Jeannie Ann's story is not necessarily about cancer, but it's really a story about love and the kind of difference that love can make in a family. So have a good day. Get outside. It's going to be a nice day for a while at least. Get some exercise. And don't forget to tell the people that you love them. And we will see you on Monday. Happy Easter, everybody. See you soon.